Identity 5 is doomed. Wait, did I say Identity 5? I meant your wallet is doomed, as you'll be purchasing tons of skins this coming year. 2023 is here, and as usual, we have a ton of skins coming out this year. But which game-changing content is coming out? Which crossovers? Which survivors and which hunters? The biggest event we'll have, apart from the obvious anniversary events and the Call of the Abyss that's happening right now, will be the recently delayed Ashes of Memory event. This event is the second installment of the massive story updates that NetEase premiered in November 2021. That event was called The Time of Reunion and brought the characters of Novelist, Nightmare and Little Girl. NetEase set a date for December 2022 for the second part of this event, named the Ashes of Memory, and they've dropped small image teasers over this year. This was recently delayed due to the issues that they found with the event, I'm assuming bugs and stuff like that, and it was also possibly delayed due to the whole fiasco with the Bungo Stray Dogs crossover being delayed as well, or maybe that was just a coincidence. What will the Ashes of Memory event bring? Theories are that it will bring the alternate form of Little Girl called Alice de Ross that was found in some leak files. She's supposed to be the adult form of her, and she's supposed to also be a rescuer. This event may also bring the hunter forms of Entomologist and Prospector, as they were teased in the videos from the first event. What we do know though is that this event will be spectacular and should bring a ton of free content for players, and exciting and possibly meta-changing characters as well. I mentioned the BSD crossover before, and rumors have it that there's going to be a second part to this crossover that will be coming relatively soon. Most of the character skin lineup have already been leaked and rumored, so make sure you press that subscribe button to make sure you don't miss any of my weekly Identity 5 news and leak videos. The Angels of Death crossover is also set to come out soon, probably before the second part of the BSD crossover, so that is quite exciting, although I must admit I know nothing about this crossover. I don't know what it is. How can I forget one of my favorite stylized crossovers that is set to come in 2023? The Misuji Kamate crossover, aka the Steampunk crossover. You've probably seen the amazing skins revealed for Toy Merchant and for Bloody Queen, but there are more skins set to be revealed as shown in the trailer. Other games that NetEase has collaborated with Kamate Moon on have included whole maps that are steampunk themed, even events as well. Will we see a steampunk themed map? I really hope so. A final event that I'm really unsure where it will tie into, if this will be connected to the Ashes of Memory event or be a separate thing altogether, is that NetEase has promised us some circus lore. It's possible that this will only come in an alternate form of a character such as female dancer or acrobat. Let's hope it's an event though. Who cares about events, right? You are here because you want to know about the new game features that Identity 5 has told us will be coming or might be coming in 2023. A much requested feature is probably coming to Identity 5, something that the Chinese server has had for some time. Yes, voice chat in-game. But it won't be coming in the way that you want or expect it to come. NetEase has said that they don't plan on implementing it into Quick Match or into Rank Match due to the multiple languages in our server and, of course, the issue of verbal harassment. So instead, they are thinking about adding it into custom modes, and I think this would be amazing and would make playing custom matches even more interactive and fun. It would also, in my opinion, increase the viability of homebrew tournaments from content creators and from your friends as well. I'm sure you really want this next upcoming change for Identity 5, a game-changing, meta-breaking change. A third emote page. Do I need to talk about this? Oh, and they'll be adding more survivor diaries for those people who are excited about them. I have never been interested in that aspect of the game, but I know a lot of people love them, so I'm glad that NetEase is continuing to release more and more of them, although I would love it if they made them more often. Now we get to the hard topic. Will Identity 5's player base decline in 2023? Is the game dying? Many people already know my opinion on this, so I decided to give a little bit more information to you all. The game is obviously doing pretty well in China. A lot of people like to say that the game is doing incredibly well there, but as far as I know, none of these people have any data, and we can't really check Google Trends or YouTube Trends because those things are just not used in China. So I am unsure how well it is doing, but I do expect that it's doing okay, but probably on a small decline, as are most games after many years. As for outside of China though, we do have a little bit more details. The game is doing extremely well in Thailand. Actually, apart from China, that is where the game seems to be the most popular and most active. Laos follows closely, Singapore, Vietnam, and Hong Kong fall into 3rd, 4th, and 5th place respectively. Blatantly missing is an NA-EU server country in this list, and that is because in our server, Google Trends, YouTube search, and Twitch viewership isn't increasing, and in many cases is on a steady decline. Considering interest wasn't very high in the first place, that isn't exactly amazing. The game is still alive though, and there are people still playing it, so unless something dramatic happens in 2023, Identity V will survive this year, and shouldn't really have a massive drop in players. Maybe something that Netties will do will revitalize it? You never know. Now I think it's time we talk about what might come this year. Things that are following a yearly trend, or just seem obvious for them to add or change from a game balance perspective. I expect them to add an extra ban slot for both survivors and for hunters as the number of characters continues to increase with no signs of them slowing down. I expect the map spawn selection feature will probably be brought to lower tiers, maybe around mid tier, and will make it more accessible to players in general in rank, as they've had some more time to be able to test it out and see how viable it is. I expect them to add a new game mode or a variation of a game mode in 2023. They seem to follow the trend of adding a game mode that was based on a popular game in the previous 2 years before the release of that game mode. So maybe we'll get an Among Us game mode? Who knows? I also expect Identity V to make more content creator connections that is going to be very relevant for players, as they'll get better sneak peeks into future content, as your favorite content creators will be able to get their hands on it a bit earlier. What do I want from 2023? I would really like it for Netties to fix some core issues with the game, such as ping, but we already know that's not ever going to happen, so let's move on past that and talk about how much I would love Netties to be able to adjust some maps that just aren't in rank, such as White Sand Street Asylum, Golden Cave, and the recently added Darkwoods. I love all of these maps from a design perspective, but I would like it if they could balance and make them more viable for quick match and for rank as well. And considering they wouldn't need to even remake these maps essentially, they would just have to change some parts of it, this would take less work than them making a new map completely, so I think it would be a great way for them to add a massive amount of content into the game with little effort compared to the alternative. If they don't do this though, then I really want them to add a new map, something interesting. And something else that I would like them to do on the same vein is to improve the appearance of some of the older maps, such as Arms Factory and Lear's Memory. Just make them less bland and boring. Also Netties, you've released tons of stats recently, pick rates, ban rates, I would love to see more of those too. Talking of maps, there are some secrets that you might not have noticed in some of the most recently added maps. Check out this video here if you want to see some secrets and some Easter eggs for these maps.